Okay, so we all know esports has just blown up. It's gone from a niche hobby to this massive global sport. And the players? They're performing with god-tier skill on screen. But behind the scenes, the management is often, well, kind of stuck in the dark ages. So today, we're going to crack open the digital playbook that's designed to change all that and bring the whole esports ecosystem into the big leagues. And if you want to get a sense of the scale we're talking about, just look at this number, 192.1 million. That's the projected number of gamers in Indonesia alone by 2025. I mean, that's just insane. And with that kind of explosive growth, you get a flood of new teams popping up, from small community squads to semi-pro orgs. And managing all that chaos, that's the real challenge. So that really begs the question, doesn't it? With the industry just exploding like this, how are all these new teams actually being managed? If you're picturing some kind of high-tech command center with slick software, yeah, the reality is often a whole lot messier. For most esports clubs, especially the ones that aren't at that tippy-top tier, the reality is a management mess. We see the highlight reels, the big championship wins, but behind the curtain, the day-to-day operations are often pure chaos. Just this tangle of manual processes and disconnected tools that are a major roadblock to actually growing professionally. I mean, just look at the so-called pro toolkit that most managers are stuck with. They're juggling spreadsheets just to keep track of basic player stats. They're trying to coordinate complex strategies across a messy web of Discord servers and WhatsApp groups. And get this, they're literally scrolling through Instagram to scout for new talent. It's a patchwork of tools that were never, ever designed for running a professional esports team. And as you can probably guess, that kind of approach just doesn't scale. It leads to data that's all over the place, it makes tracking a player's performance history nearly impossible, and trying to manage schedules becomes a total nightmare. Ultimately, it sabotages a club's ability to professionalize and grab those critical opportunities when they pop up. Looking at all this chaos, you just have to think to yourself, there has to be a better way, right? A way to bring that same level of sleek, professional execution we see in the gameplay to the management side of the sport. And that better way is a dedicated integrated platform. It's a software as a service, or SaaS solution. All that really means is it's an online tool built specifically to be the single digital headquarters for an entire esports club. It brings everything under one roof. The whole concept is brilliantly simple. First, a manager puts in all their critical data, player profiles, team rosters, match schedules, all the stuff that's normally lost in scattered documents. Then the system does all the heavy lifting in the cloud, securely organizing and analyzing everything. And the result? You get this powerful, centralized dashboard that gives managers a complete, real-time command center for their whole operation. So how does a team even get started? Well, it's incredibly straightforward. A manager just creates an account, and that becomes their personal key to the whole platform. From there, they create their club right inside the system. And this is the crucial step. This is where all that messy spreadsheet data finally gets a proper home in a structured, centralized place as they build out their teams and player rosters. And boom, here's the result. Once the club is set up, you unlock this powerful command center, your digital HQ. You can instantly see your total players, your coaches, their contract statuses, any transfer activity, all in one clean interface. This is that exact moment a team shifts from chaos to control. But a tool like this isn't just about organizing the stuff you already have. The real innovation, the thing that makes it a game changer, lies in creating something completely new, a feature that transforms it from a simple management tool into a dynamic, living ecosystem. Now, to understand why this is such a big deal, you have to get this key difference. We've all used tools like Wikipedia, right? They're fantastic. They're like the Wikipedia for esports. But this platform is fundamentally different. It's a private internal tool. It's designed to manage your team's confidential strategy, not just display public information. And the core of that private ecosystem is the transfer market. This is not a public forum. It's a secure internal marketplace where only authorized team managers can discreetly find new talent, list players for transfer alone, and manage the entire recruitment process. It professionalizes how player transfers are done, and most importantly, it keeps sensitive club strategies confidential. So, let's zoom out. What happens when tools like this become the industry standard? Well, the impact goes way beyond just making one team more efficient. It has a ripple effect that can level up the entire professional scene. If this kind of tool became widespread, it would professionalize the scene across the board. It makes clubs way more efficient, and it lets them make truly data-driven decisions. But what's really powerful is how it could totally transform the job market. As clubs get more sophisticated, they're going to need dedicated managers, performance analysts, and coaches who know how to use these tools. That fuels real growth and new jobs in the creative economy. So, the vision here isn't just about building an app. It's about creating the foundational digital infrastructure for how esports teams are managed all around the world. It's a pretty bold ambition, right? To standardize professionalism in a global sport that's growing this fast. So, that leaves us with a final thought. We've just seen how a dedicated digital playbook can transform esports from a chaotic passion into a professional, data-driven operation. And it really makes you wonder, what other industries are out there right now, still running on spreadsheets and group chats, just waiting for their own pro-level playbook to be written?